Alrighty, hello and welcome to Raven's Arcana. I am Raven. Thank you so much for joining me. And I wanted to go over the As Above, So Below tarot spread, right? And that's where we take 3 cards. So you just deal out 3 cards here. And this is where you start the reading. And you can use the same deck if you want to. But I like to get a little bit different feel, right? So this is kind of what is going on the surface usually. It's what I talk about, right? So your issue, your concern, the question, if you will. This is what's below the surface. So you deal 3 more below the surface. And this might be, your feelings that you don't show, right? They're below the surface. Things you suppress if you're dealing with a concern here. And then we'll go on top. And we'll deal 3 cards as well up there. And I like to call this kind of the view from the top or the view from the tower. So if you were outside looking in, this is how you would view the situation, right? This is ground level, this is below the surface, this is above. And then sometimes I come back in and I'll throw 3 cards on top, right? So we have not only 3 original cards for the concern, the question, the purpose, the event, what's really going on. We have the what's below the surface, right? And then the tower. And then I might come in and throw 3 cards on top just to close it out and give some clarification for the whole event or the whole situation, right? And you can use this for really anything. I mean, you can change it up. You don't have to read it as the first 3, as these are below, as these are above. You can read it as a storyline. You can construct it and see how the cards relate. It does not have to be in any certain order. And tarot never really has to be in any order. That's how you intuit it. It's the insight you gain from seeing an image or numbers or words or whatever and how you weave the story together. So don't think you always have to go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or, even the tarot progression is that you go through the majors, or they have to be people, or the suits have to, you have to go through ace 1, 2, 3 of swords, or wands or pentacles. None of that has to happen. Every way is actually acceptable and it's right. So it's just the way your mind works and how you intuit the messages and how, your life experience is involved in the way you read tarot. What speaks to you is the way that the cards and the messages that are going to come through and how you're going to hear that and how it's communicated to you. But this spread, I think, gives a little bit more depth to a reading. The 3 for me, if I just lay out the initial 3 cards, I find that I'm always asking for clarifiers. And this way, I kind of built this by accident, and I like the pattern, and I like the as above, so below. I also called it the tree of life with the branches up top and the roots below. And you can use this for anything. It doesn't have to be as above, so below. It doesn't have to be, what's below the surface, what's above. It could be, how the world views you, how you view yourself, or how you actually are. You can use 3 different things here. You can not really break it up into 3s and just use it as clarifying. For example, if you wanted to do a past, present, and future, how do you get from past to present? How do you connect those dots? You could connect it with this. How do you get from present to the future? You could connect it this way. And then ultimately, this might govern the whole reading. Or if you add the bottom and do past, present, future, you could do exactly what we just said, what's above and what's below. So it could be thoughts, it could be emotions, right? And I've done this for my day as well. So morning, noon, and night. How do I learn lessons? How do I get signals? How do I get messages? What does that look like? And the clarifiers are above and below. Could be thoughts or emotions, could be things seen and unseen, whatever you want to do. And I think this is a really fun way to use the tarot and kind of expand it out, because I don't think 3 cards are enough for me, and I don't think they're really enough for a lot of people. So I hope you dig this, and I hope you use it, and I hope you interpret it the way that you are supposed to, right? You receive the messages and read it in a way that's more comfortable for you, and I hope it works for you. So thank you for sticking around. Appreciate your time, and yeah, thanks for stopping by. Take care. All right.